Alright, Knights of the Old Republic. Game. We left off on Dantooine, about to become a Jedi. We don't know that yet, but it's the truth. Let me turn off my third monitor. Remind myself of the controls. W is forward. So Deezra, we can talk to him later. At the moment, all he has to say is like, hello. Karth and Bastila are awaiting us at the Jedi, enclave, which is where the council sits. She's a lesbian and pissed, just in general.
You there, Padawan. Why are you not wearing the customary robes of the Jedi? Do you mock the honor traditions of our order?
I believe you're mistaken. I'm not a Padawan.
Bastila. I have heard of her. They say she has already mastered the art of battle meditation. Remarkable in one so young. Though I've heard she has a foolish pride in her.
You only learn she's a lesbian if you're evil.
You claim you are not a Padawan? I find this hard to believe. The Force is strong within you. I can feel its presence. If this is some type of jest, it's in very poor taste. The Jedi Order is not.
Nah, Jest is my friend. Hang on a sec. Had to quit Discord. I'm telling you the truth, lady.
Please forgive the abruptness with which I first greeted you. It was harsh and perhaps unfair. My master often warns me that I must learn to control my emotions. I see I have much left to learn. I wish you a pleasant stay here on Dantooine. May the Force be with you.
And also with you. And with your spirit. That is the way out. This goes up to like some dorms. Do you have any cards to sell? Because right now, what I want is his plus minuses. Close. What F4 is key mappings. F4 is quick save. Cool. Let's play. Ooh, lucky bastard. I really love the music on Dantooine. Rip! Pazak is a pretty good way to make a lot of money fast. Faster than glitches. Well, it's not as fast as glitches or selling shit, but that depends on you having shit to duplicate or sell. Oh! I've sold a lot of good items just because I wanted to get money. Ugh. Not now, Madeline. I can also play Pazak with Mission, but that's just for fun, not for creds. Or as Atten calls it in KOTOR 2, Galactic Senate Rules. Which is where it's a lot of talk and nothing really happens. Teehee. Rip. I'm still in a better strategic position because I've still got 2 cards left. Ooh. Ooh, yes. Girly, yes. The world is my oyster and I am but a pearl. Hell yeah. Most important to me was that I get those plus-minus cards in my deck. I can come back and play him later. Why did that footlocker echo? Can I rob him? No. Hey, Alan.
Why are you bothering me? I'm here to speak with the council, not some servant.
Excuse
Please
me?
leave, or I shall be forced to tell the council of your rude behavior.
Usually I cut him off after why are you bothering me, because it's funny to me. I haven't actually listened to his whole dialogue in years. Okay, and this door goes to the council, and that gun goes back up to the Em and Hawk. This is a little trading room. We're going to spend quite a bit of time in here. But right now there's nothing but a computer and a workbench. Talk to me, husband.
They're waiting for you inside.
Ah, so you are the one who rescued Bastila. It is appropriate you are here. We have been discussing your rather special case. I am Jar, a member of the Jedi Council. With me are Master Vrook, Master Vandar, and of course the chronicler of our academy, Master Dorak. Padawan Bastila, I am sure you are already familiar with.
No, we've never met before. Isn't the Jedi Council on Coruscant?
Yes, the High Council of the Jedi Order is on Coruscant, but we are the council in charge of the training facility here on Dantooine.
What do you want from me?
Bastila tells us you are strong in the Force. We are considering you for Jedi training.
Strong in the Force?
Master Jar speaks out of turn, perhaps. We need indisputable proof of your strong affinity to the Force before we would even consider accepting you for training.
Proof? Surely the entire council can feel the strength of the Force within this woman. And I have already related to you the events that took place on Terrace.
Perhaps it was simple luck.
We both know there is no luck. There is only the Force. We all feel the power in Bastila's companion, though it is wild and untamed. Now that this power has
Jar
begun
is
to
kind of my
manifest
guy.
itself,
He
can we
serves as our
safely ignore
master.
it?
The Jedi
I
training
don't
is long
know
and difficult,
if
even when
his
working with a
official
young
position
and open
is
mind.
training of younglings
Teaching
here
a
on
child
Dantooine.
is hard.
We're
How
just
much
training
harder will it be
doing the
for an
base
adult
training for
to learn the ways
apprentices.
of the Jedi?
But the way I have it in my canon is that he is my master, and Dorak, Captain Killjoy over there, is Bastila's. That Vandar, I think, is the little Yoda guy, trained Hana Ren, who is the Jedi Exile, main character of KOTOR 2. And Dorak doesn't get anything. Sorry, buddy. You're Master Dorak. You're just the chronicler. I'm ready to try. I'm willing to try my best.
Traditionally, the Jedi do not accept adults for training, though there are rare exceptions in the history of our order. But you are a special case.
I agree with Master Dorak. Many of our own pupils are leaving the Jedi Order.
Why
to follow
screen
the
black?
Sith teachings.
Thank you.
We need recruits to stand against Malak. With Revan dead,
Are you certain Revan is truly dead? What if we undertake to train this one and the Dark Lord should return?
we should discuss this matter more fully in private. Bastila, you and your companion must go. This is a matter for the Council alone.
As you wish, Master Vandar. We shall return to the Ebon Hawk and leave you to your deliberations.
I've got a dream, that Revan and Malak are so obscene. They are down in the tomb, it's a place of doom and gloom. And I saw this all inside a dream.
The dark side is strong in this place. I can feel its power.
You may recall that Malak had like a thing on his jaw
Is
that I
this
think was like a
wise?
Darth Vader
The
attempt.
ancient Jedi sealed this archway. If we pass beyond this door, we can never go back. The Order will surely banish us. Are the secrets of the Star Forge so valuable? Can its power truly be worth the risk?
This morning's getting stranger by the minute. First Bastila comes out looking like she saw a ghost, and now you. Well, Bastila did mention that you should go to the council chambers before she left. It's no doubt urgent, so you shouldn't keep them waiting.
Did she say anything else?
No, she didn't. She didn't seem well, as I recall, and for that matter, neither do you. Are you all right?
I had a rough night. Let's go.
You got it.
Great Mouse has disappeared. Let's just not go with anybody for now. Yay, Mouse is back. Let's take along my besties. Let's increase his constitution. Rapid Shot is kind of the equivalent of Flurry for swords. Power Blast is like the power attack. Sniper Shot, I think, is like Critical Strike. Actually, no. I want to make it so he has less of a disadvantage with his two guns. Why are you upping Mission's computer skill? It's a surprise tool that will help us later. Oh, Right, of course. We have to talk to Mission because her home planet blew up.
Huh? Oh, sorry. I was thinking about Terrace. I still can't believe it's gone. I mean, I grew up there and now it's just gone.
I'm sorry. I don't know what to say.
I don't really think there's anything you can say. I just have to find some way to deal with it, I guess. It'll take some time. Look, I'm not saying I can't go on or anything like that. It's a shock, you know? I mean, I knew the Sith were evil and all, but the reality of it kind of slaps you in the face. But I suppose that's why we need to stop Malik, right? The more time I spend dwelling on Terrace, the more chance some other planet will get wiped out. I guess that's what it comes down to. So don't worry about me. I'll be okay. And if you need my help against Malik or the Sith, I'll be there for you.
Thanks, kid. We're talking to Lurarka for a side quest. Greetings, Sentient. May I take a moment of your time for a question? Go ahead. I represent a human citizen of Dantooine by the name of Rundel Ot Sulem. His ranch has had considerable difficulty with Mandalorian raiders for many years. His young daughter was kidnapped by those raiders many years ago and has not been returned. Might you have news of her? Her name is Sasha. Sorry, I have no idea who you're talking about. Ah, that is too bad. I shall have to continue my search. Are problems with the Mandalorians common on Dantooine? I understand they are, though I know little of the history behind this conflict. Someone native to this planet could tell you more. I'll keep my eye out for your girl. She's in my cargo hold, but we won't find that out until we leave the planet. Suppose I should talk to Dizra just briefly. Welcome to the Jedi Enclave on Dantooine. I do not believe we know each other. My name is Dizra Lur Jada. You may call me Dizra. I have not heard of any new apprentices being accepted for training recently. What brings you to this place, if I may ask? I came here with Bastila. Yes, of course, I should have known. I have only heard a little of how she escaped the destruction of Terrace. Tell me, did she save you from that planet as well? She didn't save me. We worked together to escape Terrace. Oh, I see. Well, I meant no offense, of course. In any case, it is good to have her back here on Dantooine again. We were afraid Malik had captured her. I hope you enjoy your time here on Dantooine. May the Force be with you. And with your spirit. Excuse me, husband. Yeah, we learned that Balea is a lesbian if we kill Juhani, the other lesbian. But I'm getting ahead of myself.
Bastila has told us of a most unusual development. She claims you and she have shared a dream. A vision of Malak and Revan in the ancient ruins.
I feel like that dialogue went differently in the original, but that doesn't make any sense because his voice hasn't changed.
Merely burial mounds. Perhaps they're more than we first suspected, if Revan and Malik found something there.
They seemed to be searching for something.
Bastila has described this shared dream to the Council in great detail. We feel it is more than a dream. It is a vision. The
Yes,
Force
so
is
you
acting
said.
through you, as it acts through Bastila.
I'm having visions now?
You and Bastila share a powerful connection to the Force, and each other. This is not unheard of. Connections often form between master and student, but rarely does a bond develop so quickly.
Whatever dangers may lie ahead, we cannot ignore the destiny that has brought you and Bastila here to us, together.
You saying I'm joined with her?
You and she are linked, as is your fate to hers. Together, you two may be able to stop Darth Malak and the Sith.
But do not let your head be filled with visions of glory and power. Such thoughts are the path to the dark side. The way of the light is long and difficult, as you must learn. Are you ready for such hardship?
I will try my best.
Understand that there is little choice in this matter, for you or us.
In the story I tell, Rena
Across the
was
galaxy,
incredibly
the numbers of our order
reluctant and
dwindle.
bothered that they were like,
We
oh
have
yeah,
sent
you're just going to
many
be a Jedi,
Jedi
without
in quest of a
asking her
way
what
to
she
thwart
felt.
Malak's
And
advance.
so that line, that there's little
Many
choice in the
have
matter,
return. The
is
Sith hunt the
their
Jedi
response
down like
to her
animals,
being
ambushing
I don't think I
and
want to do
assassinating
this.
our brothers wherever they are found. We fear it is only a matter of time until they discover even this hidden refuge.
Other Jedi have fallen from the light.
It's
and
not hidden.
embraced the dark
It's not
side,
hidden. Revan and
giving their
Malak were already
allegiance to
there.
the Sith and Malak, their Dark Lord.
How can he be stopped?
Perhaps our hope lies in the dream you and Bastilla shared. The Council has come to the conclusion that you and Bastilla must investigate
Her
the
name is
ancient
Bastilla.
ruins you dreamed of.
Perhaps there you will find some clue, some explanation of how Revan and Malak were corrupted. And perhaps there you shall find a way to stop them.
I'm ready now. If I were to say number 2, even though it is a valid concern, that gains me dark side points somehow.
The Force flows through you like no student we have ever seen. But you are willful and headstrong, a dangerous combination.
Before we send you to investigate the ruins, you must be trained in the ways of the Jedi, so that you can resist the darkness within yourself, within all of us. Otherwise, you are doomed to fail.
Sure thing. As you wish.
We must begin your training at once. You have a destiny upon you that you must be prepared to face. The entire fate of the galaxy is upon you.
I can only hope you will prove up to the task.
The path you have chosen to walk is difficult.
Montage.
Intensive training will prepare you physically for the demands of the Order. Meditation will teach you to channel the power of the Force. To truly understand the way of the Jedi, you must open your mind to knowledge.
I wonder how they did this particular shot,
Seek
because
wisdom in the
they don't
teachings of
seem
the
to
great
have
masters of our
really
Order.
any
Jedi is never
models
alone.
of them sitting down.
Others in the Order will always stand by you. You and Bastilla share a special bond. Do not be afraid to turn to her when
Hi,
you need
Balea.
help in your training.
Hope she forgot something.
The way of the Jedi is difficult. It requires great discipline. Yet even though you are a mere apprentice, your potential is unlimited, and your progress amazing. In all my years,
Hi,
I
Balea.
have never seen one who has mastered the initial training so quickly. You've done in weeks what many cannot do in years.
Thanks.
I am honored to welcome you fully into the Jedi Order. Soon your apprenticeship will
Damn,
end,
I coughed
and
while
you will be
Balea walked
granted
by.
the title of Padawan, the lowest rank of those within the Jedi Order. Yet first you must prove yourself worthy.
What do I gotta do?
In the traditions and customs of our order, as handed down from master to pupil for 1,000 generations, you must successfully complete 3 tests before you earn your place among the Jedi.
What kind of tests? He says basically the same thing, no matter what.
These tests will see if you have truly mastered the training you have been given, both mental and physical. Upon completing these tests, you will pass from apprentice to Padawan, and join in the ranks of the Jedi. First, I will test your knowledge of the Jedi Code. These tenets must always guide your actions. In everything you do, you must always be conscious of their wisdom. You must prove you have a Jedi's understanding of the Code. Return when you feel you are ready for this challenge.
So I can ask a number of people what the code is. I can ask Balea, I can ask Bastila, I can read it in the computer, I think. Or I can talk to one of the other masters, I think. That being said, I have the code memorized, and it's not because I played this game so much, but because I tried to write a rock opera for Star Wars, and one of the songs was gonna be the Jedi Code. There is no emotion, there is peace. So yeah, I have the code memorized.
Greetings, my young pupil. Your progress has been most remarkable so far. Are you here to continue your training in the ways of the Jedi?
I'm ready. Well, let's ask him some questions about Revan and Malak.
Few mention those names around here anymore, but I suppose it is just as dangerous to
Sometimes
deny they were
you
ever
wanna
part
go
of the Order.
where
When I was still on
everybody forgets
Coruscant,
your
Revan and
name.
Malak often came to me for additional training. In particular, Revan's hunger to learn seemed insatiable. Jedi should have recognized this as a warning sign. But I perceived the young Padawan's lust for knowledge as simple exuberance and eagerness. Revan was my most promising pupil, one I felt sure would someday become a champion of the Jedi Order.
What happened?
The Jedi Order moved too slowly for Revan and Malak. We were too cautious in their eyes. They always sought to learn far quicker than their masters felt was prudent. It is one thing to understand a lesson, but to truly comprehend it takes a wisdom that only comes with time. Several years ago, when the Mandalorian threat first arose, Revan and Malak were eager to journey to the Outer Rim to defeat the enemy of the Republic. But the Council felt it best if we moved with care and caution. The true threat, the Council feared, had not yet revealed itself. But Revan would not be dissuaded. Charismatic and powerful, it was inevitable many of the Order would flock to Revan's seemingly noble cause. Malak was the first to join his closest friend. Others soon followed, many of our youngest and brightest, intent on saving the galaxy from the Mandalorian threat.
You may hear some of this echoed later when I talk to Jolie, the old man. He was around during the war with Exar Kun, which happened like 40 years ago, I think. Well, give me a sec. The war with Exar Kun was yet another master turned against pupil kind of thing. I don't know the whole story because it's very much a side note to the rest of it. But it does impact Jolie's story and how he views you and the current conflict, Mandalorian Wars, the Revan and the Revankists. It influences him very heavily. Malak was the first to join his closest friend. They disobeyed the Jedi Council.
They were foolish to disregard the Council's wishes. I do not know what happened to Revan, Malak, and their followers on the farthest reaches of the Outer Rim, but something corrupted them. Their ideals became twisted, their spirits were tainted, and they fell to the dark side.
Had a story thought,
There is a
that's
lesson
all.
in this, a lesson you would do well to take to heart. The dark side can corrupt even the most noble of Jedi.
I will heed the lesson.
You have learned much, yet there is much more for you to still understand. The way of the Jedi must be entered into with a clear and focused mind. When you feel that you are ready to continue your training, know that you can find me here.
What we will learn later on is that the first planet that the Mandalorians attacked before the start of the Mandalorian War was a planet called Cathar, or Cather, or Cather, whatever various pronunciations. And the Cathar people were known to be warriors, were known to be fighters. But it was also not a Republic world, so the Mandalorians striking there first both had a challenge and something they could use to tell the universe, tell the galaxy that we're doing this. But also the Republic wouldn't jump to help first off, and that is how the Mandalorian Wars really got its start, was by attacking Outer Rim worlds that weren't part of the Republic, so they could gain a foothold without facing any unified response. That being said, I think I need to talk to Canderous. Canderous and Karth don't get along.
What?
Ready?
Huh?
I'm here.
Yeah, what do you want?
Wondering if you had any interesting stories.
You want to hear tales of my exploits? Of the wars I've seen and fought, the enemies I've seen die by my hand? Sure, I'll humor you. My name's Canderous, of the Mandalorian clan Ordo. I've been fighting across the galaxy for 40 of your years.
Remember
For my
what I
people,
said
it is
earlier
the
about the war
honor
with
and
Exar
glory
Kun
of
being
battle
40 years
that
ago?
moves us. It's through combat that we prove our worth, gain renown, and make our fortunes.
Is that why you work as a mercenary?
Times have changed now. The Mandalore clans have been scattered across the Outer Rim. The Republic is in decline.
How dare that
and the
motorcycle
Sith
impede with my
Empire
recording?
rises to take its place. The clans as they were aren't a threat, but the galaxy still fears us. Ha! People think we war out of spite or bloodlust. They don't understand and fear that. We only wanted the challenge of the battle and glory from it.
win or lose. And we lost. But now I have no real challenges. Crushing Davik's enemies and the pathetic gangs in the lower city of Taris could not be considered the most glorious of tasks. When I think of the battles I've fought, the thousands I've killed, the worlds I've burned, I weep for my past. We will never again speak of this. We've got work to do, so let's get to it.
Yeah, what do you want? If you ever hear me say, yeah, what do you want? Know that I am quoting Canderous. Andrew will do the same. And then the response is, or the end of the conversation is...
Your choice. I'm here if you want something done right.
The way Andrew and I have memed this game, like they're just private memes. You and your sister could never. You and your brother could never. Just me and mine. Alright, let's recite the Jedi Code.
Greetings, my young pupil. Your progress has been...
Yep, let's continue the
Soon
training.
your apprenticeship will end, and you will be granted the title of Padawan, the lowest rank of those within the Jedi Order. Yet first you must prove yourself worthy in the traditions and customs of our order, as handed down from master to pupil for 1,000 generations.
I need to take Karth out of my party.
You must successfully complete 3 tests before you earn your place among the Jedi.
Yes, I remember.
These tests will... First, I will test your knowledge. You must now prove you have... There is no emotion.
There is no emotion, there is peace.
There is no ignorance.
There is no ignorance but knowledge.
There is no passion.
There's no passion but serenity.
There is no chaos.
There is no chaos but harmony.
There is no death.
There is no death. There is the Force.
You have learned your studies well, apprentice.
Thanks.
It will not be long before you are a full member
It's a
of our
blight
order.
on my
But first,
history.
you must pass the second test and learn about the most prized possession of a Jedi, the very symbol of our order, the lightsaber. The lightsaber is the traditional weapon of our order. It is a symbol of a Jedi's skill, dedication, and authority. And each lightsaber is as individual as the Jedi who wields it. The blade is made of pure energy, focused by polished crystals in the hilt. As the second test, each Jedi must construct her lightsaber with her own hands. And now it is your time. Speak with Master Dorak, and he will guide you through the choosing of a crystal.
What he's really going to do is he will ask us several questions, and we can then decide what we want to do. I can abbreviate all this for you. So we have 3 classes: Jedi Guardian, blue crystal; Jedi Sentinel, yellow crystal; Jedi Consular, green crystal. The Guardian is most similar to a soldier in terms of class. They have a higher attack, they learn more attacks faster, more frequent feat acquisition than force power acquisition. The Sentinel is similar to the Scout. It's middle ground. You get about equal feat and force power acquisition. The Consular is more similar to the Scoundrel. You don't gain feats as often, you don't get attacks as often, but you get force powers all the time. I think it also... something to do with skills. So this is all in the training computer. Welcome, sentient, blah 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 blah. Tell me about the Jedi Guardian. Guardians battle against the forces of evil and the dark side. They focus on combat training and masterful use of the lightsaber. Basic class attributes. You gain 10 vitality for every level, 4 force points per level, slow skill progression, fast feat progression. So I don't get to up my skills very frequently. Tell me about the Jedi. And they also gain force jump feat. This feat allows them to instantly close the distance and attack an opponent within 10 meters. I love this power. This power is very useful, and Rena uses it quite a bit in the story I tell. The Jedi Consular, that's the Force user. Consulars seek to bring balance to the universe. They focus less on physical combat and more on mental disciplines in order to augment their mastery of the Force. They gain 6 vitality per level, 8 force points per level, slow skill progression, slow feat progression. They gain the force focus feat automatically. This feat makes it harder for opponents to resist their force powers, so tell me about the Sentinel. Jedi Sentinels ferret out deceit and injustice, bringing them to light. They strike a balance between the physical and mental disciplines of the Jedi Order. 8 vitality per level, 6 force points per level, average skill progression, slow feat progression. It's a bumblebee. He's outside the screen. My apologies. Jedi Sentinels gain the Jedi immunity feat automatically. This makes them immune to fear. Statistical comparison. You can see why I go with the Guardian. The fact that you gain all that vitality, you've got a heavier punch. The Sentinel is a good middle ground. Bastila is a Sentinel. Jolie is a Consular. Juhani, the other lesbian, is a Guardian. So whatever I choose, I've got someone else on the team who can back me up with one of the others. I go with Guardian. Guardian gets a blue crystal, Sentinel gets a yellow crystal, Consular gets a green crystal. I've never chosen Sentinel, despite the fact that it does sound like a good class, because I hate the yellow lightsaber. And you can get more crystals quickly. On Dantooine, there's a cave. But I hate the yellow crystal. That's why I usually go with Guardian. Guardian gets blue crystal, I like it that way. That's easy mode. Consular is hard mode. Sentinel is mid difficulty. What speedrunners choose is Scoundrel and Consular. That's also, I think, the what a lot of people choose if they're big into the game. Because you kind of get a lot of everything. Not me, though. It doesn't matter how you answer his questions, as long as you choose the class at the end.
Bidding. He sees great promise in you, as do I. The time has come for you to choose the color of your lightsaber. This color also reflects your demeanor and position within the Order.
What positions are there?
Blue is the color of the Jedi Guardian. This Jedi battles against the forces of evil and the dark side. They focus more on combat training and use of the lightsaber. Yellow is the color of the Jedi Sentinel. This Jedi ferrets out deceit and injustice, bringing it to light. They focus less on combat and more on other skills and abilities. Green is the color of the Jedi Consular. This Jedi seeks to bring balance to the universe. They mediate between other groups, using their powers to end conflict and preserve peace.
Doesn't matter what you say here.
Indeed. We shall see. I will now ask you questions, and your responses will indicate which class you lean most towards. A woman and her small child are beset by a desperate-looking group of thugs. They're menacing her with weapons, and she screams to you for help. What do?
Me personally, I stop the thugs. Why are they attacking her? But I also know that's a great way for me to get beat up. In the case of Rena, what she would do is defend the victims. Attack the thugs.
Indeed. Very well. On to the next question. You are in combat with a dark Jedi allied with the Sith. There is a pause in the combat. What do?
The options are attack him again, find out why he turned to the dark side and try to turn him, or try to see a weakness in his technique. Which, Guardian, Consular, Sentinel, I think. Me, I'm gonna hit his ass.
Yes, I suspected as much. Now for the next question. There is a locked door, and your goal lies on the other side. What do?
Smash the door down, try to pick the lock, or knock. I'm gonna knock. That's my first thing.
I am beginning
Somebody
to see a
locked the
pattern
door.
here, apprentice. I have a feeling about what you would be best at. But first, The final question. You are the head of an enclave on a contested world. The Dark Jedi have infiltrated and are causing unrest across the planet. What do you do?
Hunt them down. Ugh. Try to lure them out into a trap, or coordinate with planetary government to identify the infiltrators. The first two options, me personally, that sounds like I'm running a police state. I'm coordinating with the planetary government. I'm going to respect their authority.
Yes, I thought as much. As I suspected, you would be most suitable as a Jedi Guardian. Which color and path do you believe yourself most suited to, apprentice?
That would be blue, the color of the Jedi Guardian.
Here is a blue crystal for your lightsaber. Go speak to Master Jar again, and he will instruct you in how to construct it.
And this, I've recently learned, is the second of 2 forced level ups that you have to take in order for things to continue. I learned this because I watched a video of a guy who said, you know what, I'm going to play the entire game and not level up. Just stay at level 1 the entire time, which he does. The first required level up is on the Endar Spire. It's right as the tutorial ends. The second is right here when you gain your Jedi class. There are glitches around it. As he did, he also went on the dark side, because that gets you a level 18 character right at the end. But I'm not going to say any more about that. And I'm now a Jedi Guardian. This changes my class skills, so you'll notice I have 1 in most things instead of 2. But my intelligence matters little at the moment. So the feats are going to become incredibly important. Caution, empathy, gearhead. I gain weapon focus automatically, force jump automatically. Toughness isn't as important. I don't want to be a tank. Cure is the most important power. It is the most important power. Stun Droid is also important. So in the story I tell, Rena does not develop Stun Droid until significantly later, after the important event. And I'm not going to say any more about it. Stun Droid is important on Dantooine, if nothing else, because when you go into the ruins where the star map is, there's 2 droids that are incredibly difficult to fight at this level. Affect Mind is also useful, but I'm going with Stun Droid because I don't know when I'm going to level up next. And I think my Persuade skill is alright for the time being. Oh, right.
What?
It's a surprise tool that will help us later. What does my father have to say to me? Okay, Dad, I'll look at that later. Canderous. Canderous has his uses. He's just not typically a character that I use. I'm using him now because there's a Karth conversation that will make more sense if I do not have Karth in my party right now.
Crystal, we shall begin the construction of your lightsaber.
Karth said earlier he doesn't like to be left out of the loop. And that is going to be the topic of a conversation later. So in order for him to be like, I don't like being that I'm left out of the loop, we must first, therefore, leave him out of the loop. Vroom, vroom. Get out of my way. I've got a laser sword.
You have done extremely well in constructing your lightsaber, apprentice. Your crystal seems to have been set perfectly. It is rare indeed for that to happen the first time one constructs their lightsaber. These crystals are very rare, found only in certain caves strong in the Force. By adding crystals to your lightsaber, you can alter or enhance its properties. There have even been unconfirmed rumors of certain Force-sensitive caves.
In KOTOR 2, there are other things you can add to a lightsaber to make it more powerful, but for the time being, we focus on the attribute crystals. What do these crystals do for me?
They can modify simple things, such as the color of your blade, or complex ones, such as crystals that reputedly increase the strength of the beam. But you must learn first to use your lightsaber and take care when drawing it. Your lightsaber identifies you as a member of the Jedi Order. With such recognition comes honor and respect, and the attentions of dangerous enemies. The Sith and Dark Jedi will seek to destroy you, apprentice. And you must prove yourself worthy in battle against a foe who also wields a lightsaber. Are you ready to face the final challenge, apprentice?
I'm ready for the third trial.
For every Jedi, the threat of the dark side is always present. You must truly understand this before you are accepted into the Order. You must see the corruption of the dark side for yourself. Even here on Dantooine, there are places where the dark side holds sway, twisting and tainting nature itself. The ancient grove once used for deep meditation by the Jedi is now tainted. A wave of darkness perverts the region around it. The Kathhounds in the area have become savage and ruthless. They have become a threat to the settlers. A threat
Kathhounds mostly look like teenage Simba. What's causing the corruption?
The Kathhounds are but a symptom of the true problem. You must journey into the grove and confront the true source of the darkness. That is your task.
You know more than you're telling me.
I can say no more. Some things you must see for yourself. None of the other Jedi at the Academy are permitted to help you in this task. But remember this, my young apprentice. A Jedi acts with patience and care, and those on the dark path are not always lost forever. The dark side still taints the ancient grove. Your lessons cannot continue until the spreading corruption of the dark side has been stopped. This is your task, apprentice. May the Force be with you.
Alright, I would love to go out into the grove, but I have plans today. So that is it for this video. I will probably come back later today or tomorrow.